Do not worry, I know there's a Bengals game. So I also made the message shorter, so don't panic. But we want to celebrate today. We want to celebrate that today is celebration. I mean, look around you. Let the Spirit take in all the majesty that God is doing through this place, through you, and through the connections that this place has beyond its walls. When we think of the church as just worship on Sunday mornings, then again and again we lose the meaning of what it means to be church. The people are the church. Most of us learned that in 4th grade pastor's class. And yet again and again it is so hard for us to actually live out beyond our walls. We must remind ourselves that we come to this building so that we can worship a God who guides us as our refuge. We come to this building to understand the stories of the Bible and the greatest love of a good shepherd of all times. We come so that we can recognize the Holy Spirit's ongoing movement. We do not come to this place to be a place of refuge and retreat. We come to this place so that we can go out and be God's refuge for others in the midst of a tumultuous world. We come here so that we can go out and show God's gift of presence as present. A few weeks ago, I stood here and reminded all of us that again and again we need to check in with our own spirits so that we can know how our spirits are able to allow God's Spirit to move through us. We must remind ourselves that God's Spirit is one of great love. It is not stagnant, stale, immovable. It is not limited images that we make up. It is something big and moving, and it creates in us, those who connect with God, a sense that we have to move. We share our spirit and God's Spirit with others because we cannot contain the majesty within ourselves. You see, we are moving. Some of you may be feeling like you're being pushed against your will, but most of us, most of the time, are ready, willing, and wanting to connect to the glory of a transforming faith that brings forward a great strength only shown by God. We cannot retreat. Real safety, real love, real refuge only comes when we are moving through the difficult battles that are in front of us. Now, moving does not mean exhausting ourselves. It means connecting. So are you connected in? As the announcements continue to grow in our bulletin, they are not there to exhaust you, but to show all of us that there are many ways in which we can deepen our faith. You can work with our children. You can attend retreats. You can participate in local and global mission. And my job and yours is not to do all of these things, but to analyze all of the options that are in front of you and ask God and pray and discern, how are you called to be a part of all of these ministries? There is no excuse. You are not a little church without options. You're a little church that has enough options for everyone and more. If you do not see an option listed for you in that bulletin, you are welcome to come talk to me. I can find you an option so that you can connect in with God and bigger ministries. I know ways for teenagers to go to Washington and New York. I know where women can go on retreats, children can worship, and men, I will always continue to help you find a way to have breakfast. You can walk, you can feed, you can shop, you can eat, you can write, you can go online, you can travel, create. You can just pray. But it's up to you. It is up to you how you live a life to show God's strength and refuge. You can take those little bags home with you or the big bags today and do nothing with them. Or you can bring them back. You can bring them back with items in them to help the families at Summit View who need extra items and hygiene things. Or you can fill them up for the homeless person you see on the street. You can carry them in your car with some water to help those who are thirsty, or mittens or socks for those who are cold. You can fill them with prayer requests and reflections. You can create them in a way to make them a care package of items for a college student who's preaching a sermon in just a few minutes. You can continue to put Bible stories in them for kids here or other kids and people you know. And then maybe even if you put one in there for a kid here, they'll put one in and give it back to you. You can talk about how to use those little bags by teaching kids or yourself possibly how to do your finances and financial giving to the church. There are cards in there. You can write cards. You can share bookmarks when Christmas comes. You can share treats and talk about the sweetness you know of life through God. You can pray for the checkout clerk when you see those wallet cards in your wallet. You could do so many things. You can. But it's up to you. It is up to you how you will celebrate all that God has put in front of you. How do you celebrate the children, the friends, the community, the ministries, the world that God has entrusted to all of us in this place and beyond? The Spirit of God is moving. It is moving through all of us, and so we have to bring light, the light of that Spirit, to the darkness in our day-to-day lives and activities. We have to invite people to know that God is a refuge and a place. So how will you share that there is a community right here called Independence Christian Church that I truly believe after months and months knows a loving, great, and wonderful God who gives strength and lives in a way that provides real refuge that is not linked to a building but linked to so much more beyond this wall. Many of you work as teachers or in social services. You are providing ministries every day through your actions of helping those who need it most. Some of you have to care for those with disabilities, and some of you have to be the ones with the disabilities ready to accept that care with grace. These little bags and big bags, however, remind us that each of those little moments of life can make a big difference. Whether it be a card, a brochure, daily reminders in our wallets, or more, we are called to walk each moment in our life with the strength of knowing and sharing that strength comes at its best and most powerful with God as our refuge. So how do we all take time to introduce that good shepherd to more wandering sheep? How big is that sheepfold able to be? How do we go out and bring them into this fold where their names are known already by God but are also known by us? How can we work together to help one another in little and big picture ways? How can we show that we know a God again and again and again and again who is worthy to be celebrated as a refuge of strength beyond the building and beyond our human limits? We have several missions that we continue to celebrate in this church. But most importantly, on this celebration Sunday, I want you to know that you have lives. Your life is worthy in each moment to be celebrated. That we are called to be church in every moment. And how people see that church and see God, well, that's up to how we choose